There is still a lot of suspicion about the Tesla brand. And not just Tesla, electric cars in general are still under strict scrutiny. Is the electric car bubble about to burst? Whether they are overpriced or not, you can be the judge of that. For electric cars, there are two sides to the argument. One side claims that electric and hybrid cars alike are gimmicky and haven't met the real needs of non-depleting energy resources like solar, wind and electronic energy yet. Opposing them are the so-called electric car supremists. Their argument says that an 100% electric society, including electric cars, are the answer to all the world's problems. Let it be known that we are not choosing a side in this argument. What we are going to do, however, is state some of the facts. Let's look at why you may not understand or not have the current knowledge of how electric cars are much worse for the environment. Now wait a minute. Before you click off this video, just take a listen to the facts with an open mind. The issue isn't with the car itself. The issue arises with the batteries that give the car its power. Countless electric car enthusiasts and others alike claim that electric cars are better for the environment than gas-powered cars. On the contrary, a little further understanding of process and refinement of making the batteries for electric car exposes a flawed system. In order to make the batteries for the electric cars, companies have to mine for the metals used in the batteries, usually zinc or more recently lithium. In some cases, this ruins fresh water sources and the wildlife that rely on them, as these mining operations not only dig away massive amounts of earth just to get a small percentage of the metals they need, these mining operations also leave behind pools of toxic, heavy metals as waste. Shortly after these metals are mined, they have to be shipped in large cargo ships that use thousands of gallons of fuel to travel over to Europe where it's refined, and then transported to China where it's refined even more and then made into the physical battery itself. After leaving an enormous carbon footprint, only then are the batteries distributed around the world, being shipped again with those same cargo ships that use the same amount of fuel, continuing the carbon footprint until it's finally placed in the electric car. Luckily, the electric car is very economical, right? Do the ends justify the means with electric cars? Well, in order for an electric car to have overcome the environmental damage that it takes to create the batteries and the car itself in the first place, you must reach over 60,000 miles before you start making a difference. Compare this to a normal internal combustion engine that runs on gasoline. The car that runs on gasoline has the same amount of environmental damage and emissions in its entire lifespan as an electric car does before it even reaches that 60,000 mile mark. The former presenters of Top Gear, Richard Hammond, Jeremy Clarkson and James May, have tested this theory that gasoline cars are more efficient than hybrid cars that run on both gasoline and electric power. In one of their episodes, they placed an expensive BMW sports car against a Toyota Prius hybrid. And the end results, well, we'll just let you see for yourself.
More economical than a Prius.
So what he's saying is, if you want an economical car, buy a BMW M3.
No, I'm not actually. No, seriously, what I'm saying is, it isn't what you drive that matters, it's how you drive it. That is everything. Because there's a load of people right now, I know this, who've got Mondeos, they go, oh, I can't afford the petrol in them anymore, I'm gonna have to get rid. Don't, because everyone's in the same boat, you've got 20p for it, you'll end up with a horrid eco box. Much better, don't change the car, change your...
As of late, however, electric cars have been slowly upgraded with more efficient batteries to be able to travel a longer distance than cars that run on gasoline. This, however, is a one step forward, two steps back approach. Let's not forget about reaching the end game of electric cars. What happens when an electric car kicks the bucket? Whether it's just old and time for an upgrade, or was it an accident? Yes, the car will probably go to a scrapyard, but you also should think about the disposal of the car's batteries. All those hazardous materials that were mined, shipped, processed and refined, if not handled properly, can lead to contamination of the soil and groundwater. These are natural resources that we use to grow our food and stay hydrated. Is it worth the extra mileage and the satisfactory feeling that you're being part of some world-changing concept? If you're an electricity purist and wish to someday see the world running on all electricity, think about how electricity is produced. It isn't a natural renewable resource. A 2014 study done by the International Energy Association, or IEA for short, shows us where the electricity we use every day comes from. These results may surprise you, so brace yourself. Electric energy created from using crude oil provides only 4% of the world's electricity. The natural reusable resources, things like solar, wind, geothermal, etc., only helps produce about 6% of the world's electricity. Hydroelectric power production comes in at 16%. Niagara Falls, for example, is a large contributor to hydroelectric power, as the United States takes the fourth spot behind Brazil in third, Canada in second, and China in first, who lead the race for hydroelectric power production. Next, at 11%, comes electricity from nuclear power plants. Natural gas comes in second at a whopping 22%, and the #1 electric energy producer as of 2014 was coal, producing a majority 41% of the world's electric power. Coal and natural gas were the most used energy fuels for generating electricity, proving that an all-electric society would ultimately not be as intuitive as it sounds. The carbon footprint from using coal and natural gas negates the idea of a perfect all-electric society, unless we change those percentages where we rely heavier on natural sources to produce more electricity. It's hard to find sustainability in natural reusable resources like wind and solar energy. Until we figure out how to use wind, solar and the rest sustainably, we're stuck with what we already have producing our electricity. These are hard facts from trusted resources, and it's tough to have an argument against them. Every big company, every single one of them, has a side that no one but those who run the company see, and that's for an incredibly good reason. If you caught wind of what some of these big companies were doing behind closed doors, those doors being the media and the public eye, you would most likely stop supporting that company. Aside from the great electric car battery debate, there has been much more information on how Tesla does their business. According to a recent survey, the only issue people are having with Tesla is their customer service, or lack thereof. Will we ever find out if Tesla isn't as ethical as we think they are? Maybe one day. But also, maybe there isn't anything to dig up from Tesla. In either case, Tesla and its sister companies founded by Elon Musk have been paving the way for new opportunities and jobs all around the world. Without a doubt, Tesla has revolutionized the car industry, and whether you're a lover or a hater of what Tesla has done in recent years, there's no doubt that debates will continue about where the company stands ethically. We aren't here to discredit any companies, and we aren't here to discredit your opinion. Once again, all we are doing is stating the facts that can be found anywhere on the internet. If you don't think you're satisfied with the information you've received from this video, be our guest and search the internet for whatever information you're looking for. Our opinions stay neutral. We hope you learned something new and enjoyed the video. Would you still be willing to buy a Tesla after learning what goes into making the batteries? Let us know in the comment section below. Teslas are the cars of the future. There's no denying that fact. Elon Musk has done a fantastic job of marketing his companies. Whether you're a fan or not, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.